Hello YouTube, this is Dazza the cameraman. Today is Monday 12th of August 2013. This is a follow-up video to my video yesterday about the weather balloon at Neumayer-Station, which some people are claiming is Nibiru or Planet X. I've had some interesting responses to my video, and we're going to look at some of the comments and responses, and also some further information that has come to light about the weather balloon launches, which I hope you'll find interesting and informative. But first of all, let's take a look at some of the responses. After I produced this video, I did post it on this channel, which is, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, is the 100 Sevgilum. This was the first video that I've seen, the only one so far, not that I've been looking too closely, that have claimed that this weather balloon is in fact Nibiru, as it quite clearly states here as very factual, that Nibiru visible now at Neumayer Station, and as he says in his description that this is no joke. All capital letters, exclamation marks, trying to emphasize the point that this is definitely Nibiru, there's no question about it. Now, I did post a link to my video on his channel, and his response came back: thanks, I watched it, but this is your opinion, I can't see a weather balloon. Well, that's fair enough. Maybe he doesn't see a weather balloon. Plenty of other people obviously do, judging by the comments that are coming back on his channel and on my channel. But it's interesting to look at the response that I get here from the 100 Sevgilum. And this is a fairly typical response, and it's pretty unfortunate really in this type of discussion or debate. Something that I often encounter when you engage in discussion on topics like these is what I call censorship. You know, people are always going on about freedom of speech and, you know, open and balanced discussion, and how the government is trying to censor information and shut things down. But what happens when we try and engage in discussion? Okay, I've posted a link here, and this guy has responded. Let's see what happens if I respond to what he has now said. So here is my comment: thank you. If this is not a weather balloon, which considering the evidence seems to be obvious, then what evidence do you have that this is actually Nibiru, as you have claimed in your video? Does a sphere in the sky automatically equal Nibiru? If so, why? How do you explain that your Nibiru is only visible in one image and not in the images 10 minutes either side? Not even the moon, at only 384,000 kilometers away, moves through the sky that fast. How do you explain that? So here is my question. Let's see what happens when I post my question. Just like that, insta-blocked. So as soon as this guy had seen my comments on his YouTube channel, he blocked me. So end of discussion. I call that censorship. Let's go back to my YouTube channel and have a look at the comments that have been coming in from other people, such as BarryMix74. I'm blocked from making comments on his videos, LOL. From Zimba9810, lol, he blocked me after I told him it's impossible to be Nibiru, haha. And this is what the 100 Sevgilum said to this person: I delete you, bye bye troll. So more censorship there. And from the Truth in Astronomy, wow, one statement about the door and the fact that it is a weather balloon, and I was blocked. Of course the little coward asked the question before he blocked me, so of course I can't respond with a reasonable answer. What a little coward he is. Well, that's fair. I mean, I think that's fair comment. If we go back to the 100 Sevgilum, and here is the Truth in Astronomy. She had posted a comment that said, it is a weather balloon. Zoom in and watch the door on the big orange box on top of the station open and then close. That's the door they used to launch the weather balloons. And the 100 Sevgilum responds, oh, and you are from Neumayer staff, right? And then the Truth in Astronomy is not given the option to respond because she is blocked. Censorship. So much for searching for the truth and open and honest discussion. But anyway, the 100 Sev Gillam has also posted a follow-up video, and you can check this for yourself. And he says, weather balloon, really? So where is the rope? Okay, at this stage we're going to have a look at some other images from Neumayer-Station. In my first video I took you to this page at Neumayer-Station where we see numerous images of the weather balloons being launched, and including this one here, which shows the scientists preparing a balloon launch at the launching platform situated on the station's roof. And this is the lift well that we're looking at on the top of the building here, and in the image from Neumayer-Station we could see that the door was open when the balloon was launched. Okay, now let's have a look at some other links here. This is a good zoomed up picture of a launch from the old building, and going back to 100 Sev Gillam's question, if this is really a weather balloon, where is the rope? Well, if you're watching this in high definition, you might be able to see this very fine little line. It's very thin, and obviously from a distance you're not going to see a thick rope because it just isn't there. Let's have a look at some other images. You can see more of a line on this one. This is launch from the new building. You can see that the door is open, and we can see a few people out there. Looks, those people on there, it looks hard to tell, maybe not. Okay, but the door is open, and there goes the balloon. What about in this image here? Is the old building that they used to use. Here's the guy with the balloon, and finally with this link, which is about the balloon shed. Obviously this is what they're calling this tower part on the top, which I'm calling a lift well. They call that the balloon shed. That's where they release the balloons from. And this is what they have to say. Upper air soundings are carried out routinely once a day between 10 and 12 UTC. They include profile measurements of pressure, temperature, relative humidity and wind vector. The balloon launching platform was located several hundred meters away from the old Neumayer-Station. At Neumayer-Station III, the launching platform was integrated in the building situated on top of the station. It provides now comfortable access at any weather condition. Depending on the wind, balloons can be launched in nearly any direction. So there we have it. You can even watch a virtual start of a balloon being launched. I did have a look at this, but the resolution is very poor quality, so I haven't included that in my video. But you can check that out if you want. The links will be included in the description area. One final thing about the discussion. This is on the 100 Sev Gillam's channel again, and somebody has suggested that this is actually the moon. I think it's further down in the comments. Let me just see if I can find that. Load some more. Where is it? Okay, it is the moon according to Stellarium. Well, no, actually it's not the moon. Let's have a look in Starry Night Pro. This is actually set to the same field of view exactly as the Neumayer-Station camera, and if I overlay the image that has the balloon in it, you can see that the building is right in the same place there, and we can see the balloon. Now this is at 10:50 UTC on the 10th of August 2013, and as you can see I've got Starry Night Pro set to the same time and date, 10:50 UTC on August the 10th 2013, so it's same time, and the moon is not anywhere near. In fact, if I go backwards, we're on 10:50 at the moment. If I go backwards, keep stepping backwards, and you can see the moon coming in on the left hand side. Remember, we're going backwards here. So in fact the moon didn't even actually come into the field of view of the Neumayer-Station camera, and it's not going to until later today, the 11th, where it will be rising about here, and I'm picking that because of the phase of the moon and because of where the sun is at present. Any Nibiru lens flare, the lens flare that people are calling Nibiru, will be lost in the glare of the sun, so I don't expect to see any Nibiru flares today, but maybe in the next few days as the moon gets sort of further over. It'll be rising further over this way and getting higher. If I step that forward, you can see it just sort of leaving the edge of frame there. I'll just bring in the picture from Neumayer so you can get your bearings on where we're looking. So there we have it. That's a follow-up. I'll put a link in the description area to these pages on the Neumayer-Station website, and you can check out these images for yourself and also read up on it there. As always, check out my Facebook discussion page, Voices of Reason to Explain X or Vortex. I'll put a link in the description area for you. Thank you for watching.